Hey folks, it's Brian from 13.3 Farms. Today I'm going to show you how I like to plant my bare root trees. The first thing you're going to want to do is measure out your space. If you have multiple trees, you're going to want to space them accordingly. If you have other trees existing, sidewalks, fences, you're going to want to measure and plant according to that. Generally with a semi-dwarf tree, you're going to want spacing somewhere between 12 and 15 feet. Smaller semi-dwarfs, you can go closer. Some of the bigger semi-dwarfs, you might want to space them further apart. You can do this with a fancy contractor's tape measure, or my personal favorite lately, the old foot measure. Once you have your spacing measured, I like to stake things, or put a flag, or a stick, or something. Take a step back. Take a look and see if you like how things look. Imagine when the trees are fully grown, and if you're happy, then the real work starts. I like to start my planting, everything I do, with a broad fork. This is similar to a digging fork or a potato fork. This is specially designed with long heavy-duty tines that you, in layers, dig into the ground. And you break up that sod, you break up that compaction, you can help break up some of that clay. This really helps the roots penetrate the soil and root out, and leads to a better start without having to dig a giant hole or having to till. After you've broad forked where you'll have the hole dug and 2 feet around, then I start digging. I like to dig my holes about 2 feet across and 1.5 feet deep. Once you have your hole dug and you're happy with it, you'll go ahead and unpackage or pull out your bare root tree. So now, the more detailed work, you'll find out if your hole is deep enough. You'll see how your roots spread out. I will spread the roots out in all directions. If the roots are too long, you can dig a little bit more, widen out the hole. If you have some really long roots, it's better to clip them than it is to twist them around or send them back against themselves. Then you go about filling your hole in. As you fill your hole, I like to have it about half full and then pack things in a little bit, making sure your tree is nice and straight and your depth is good. You want to keep this graft union 2 to 3 inches above the ground on apples and pears, and stone fruit you can have pretty close to ground level to about even with ground level. So this is an apple tree. This is a Kudos 935. I'll finish filling this in a little bit more after this video. So sometimes when I have extra soil, like you often do, I'll build a little berm around my planted tree. This helps with watering. This helps catch some water and funnel it in towards the tree when you water. So once you have it planted and you're happy, maybe you built a berm, then I like to soak things in really nice. I will flood it until water pools on the top, and then I will come back and do that one more time. This helps get out all the air cavities, any air space, make sure that none of those roots are sitting in dry dirt, and really helps things settle in. Then I would let it flow through. And last but not least, well, second to last, before I'm done, I will mulch every tree, spreading a couple inches around everything that was disturbed. And you can also build a little berm around the outside to aid in watering. And now, last but not least, the tree guard. You want to make sure you've got this tree guard on. You can get away with it sometimes during the summer, but if you have any rabbits around, come winter, as soon as that first cold hard spell, they are going to be hammering these trees. I'm Brian with 13.3 Farms. Thanks for watching and happy growing.